I'll be honest and admit that I've been sleeping on wireless video, as the kids say, meaning I was completely unaware that it's a viable option. It seems like something that's just out of science fiction fantasy. But wireless video is here, it's real, and it's very usable, and it's relatively affordable. So while the Hollyland Mars 400S Pro might not reach all the way to Mars, it still reaches very far. And before jumping into the full-on review, let's handle a few disclaimers. Hollyland did send me the Mars 400S Pro for free with no commitment to make a video, no obligation. They don't get to see anything beforehand if I do choose to make a video, which obviously I am because I'm recording the video right now. They just sent it to me and said I could do whatever I want with it. They had approached me several times asking if I wanted to check this out, and I said no repeatedly just because I was unfamiliar with it. And I was unfamiliar with the company, and it just wasn't on my radar. But over time, I got to talk to some people from Hollyland, got to know them a little bit. They were all super nice and super cool and really confident in their product. And then I started noticing like it is for sale on places like B&H, which I trust. And it is showing up in other people's setups when I'm watching other videos or if I'm watching behind the scenes stuff. I've been seeing these transmitters and receivers on equipment, which told me that, hey, people are actually using this in their real life workflows. It's not just for YouTube reviews. And so when they reached out again, that's when I decided, sure, if you want to send it to me, I'll take a look at it. And I've actually been using it for about 2 months now. I didn't want to just get this and make a video about it. I wanted to really put it through its paces, get to know it, and I am so impressed with it. It has exceeded all expectations, as you'll see in this video. So let's start with some of the basics. What the heck is it? You've got a transmitter and a receiver. Right now I've got my transmitter on the EOS R, and I've got the receiver on this rig here so I can test the distance. We'll look at this a little bit later. And basically, you plug an HDMI source into the transmitter, plug an HDMI output into the receiver, and then you've got wireless video with a range rated up to 400 feet. And when you're monitoring, you get the full HD signal with super low latency. It's rated at 0.1 seconds of up to 400 feet away. So one thing I've noticed, these are made out of metal and they do get really warm. This one has not been turned on, so it's just room temperature. It is currently 78 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 26 degrees Celsius. And now I will connect a battery. They can either run off of 12 volt AC power or just the Sony NPF style batteries. The batteries that I've been using with it, it doesn't come with batteries. It does come with an AC adapter though. They're all 2200 milliamp hour batteries and they last at least an hour. And then there's just a power button on the back. Quick note about the power button though. When I got this, I thought it was broken because I couldn't figure out how to turn it on. It feels like you would just press it and it would turn on, but you actually have to press it in pretty far and then it clicks and stays in and then you unclick it and it pops out. It's a button, but there's just no devices I have that have this like kind of old school style of button. I actually really like it. So what I was doing when I first got it is I was just holding in the button. It would turn on for a second. As soon as I let go, it would turn off. I was searching online instruction manuals, message boards, reaching out to tech support. And then I realized, oh, you just push the button a little harder and it turns on. It'll take about 10 to 20 seconds for them to link up and start seeing each other. And you can change different channels. You can pair up different ones. If you're just taking one set out of the box, they will automatically link up and find each other. You don't have to do anything to make that happen. I'm talking and stalling while it is taking time to do that. There we go. So that was about 20 seconds total. And now I've got a wireless EOS R right here doing wireless video. And you can kind of see in terms of latency, it's pretty good. It probably is exactly what they said, 0.1 second. That actually seems pretty accurate. But let me tell you, when you're really far away from a monitor or a camera, it's so weird because it does almost feel instantaneous and you can see motion and movement and like it's kind of bizarre. It's new to me. Maybe I'm just like the last horse crossing the finish line here, but I think it's really, really cool, really impressive, super fun. Now there are a lot of uses for wireless video. Obviously, if you're like a filmmaker and you're on a set somewhere and you need a monitor, like there's 1,000 actual film set uses. I don't do any of that. I'm a guy who makes videos by himself in a room. So How I use it is for live streams. I was using it with my classes when I was teaching online, and I use it with client consultations. And it's actually been a godsend because while Mars might be the god of war, this Mars wages war on wires, which are annoying. So during streams, it can be really fun to just be able to, use the ATEM and then show some other stuff, switch to this source real quick. If you saw my desk setup video, you know that I usually have the receiver just mounted next to the ATEM, and then I've got a camera over here, because it really helps when you're doing something remotely to be able to help the person feel like they're right there with you. You can switch to different camera angles and kind of direct their focus, but if you can switch to an angle and then literally push in on something and show them, look at this, it's about as close as you can get to having someone in the room with you where they can move and look and see something. So it's been really freeing and really fun. Obviously you could do a similar thing just running long cables, but I'm really clumsy. Stuff gets knocked over, cables get pulled out. This is just better. This is just so much better. Now you saw me take the temperature a second ago. It is because these do get hot. They are metal, they are processing a lot of stuff, and they do generate a lot of heat. They do have fans. So this one has the fan on. I don't know if you can hear it. It's relatively quiet, but it's definitely noticeable. Now there are different fan modes and you can disable the fans, but like I said, they do get hot. This little rig right here has been running for 45 minutes. Definitely warm to the touch. So this was 78 degrees room temperature. After 45 minutes, this is 98 degrees Fahrenheit, which is, 37 degrees Celsius. And the longer it's on, the hotter they get. I'm in a cool air-conditioned room right now. It's a cool room, These are just both well-built, the receiver and the transmitter. They have HDMI outputs or inputs, and they also have SDI as well. And again, like I said, AC power adapters and USB-C power. So there's unlimited ways, not unlimited. There's a lot of different ways that you can power these. Now, there is an app that goes along with these that lets you kind of connect things and take a little more control. And I'm gonna be honest, I haven't played with the app because I'm so tired of apps. While it's cool that there's an app to add functionality, I can say that these work extremely well. They're easy to navigate, easy to use just on their own as pure hardware options, and that's what I love and that's how I use them. So I'm glad that I don't have to use the app. It's not absolutely necessary. And the app does say that it supports up to 4 phones and tablets for real-time monitoring. So if you need multiple people to see the same source, the app could absolutely be the way to go. Made that joke twice. Now in terms of streaming, you can also connect these directly to the Ethernet card on your computer. So you can get a USB-C to Ethernet cable, connect that there, and then run it directly to whatever network feed or online stream that you want. I haven't done that because I use the ATEM Mini and Ecamm Live, and it's worked great with that setup, but it's worth knowing that you have a lot of I/O options when it comes to the ways that you can use the Mars right here. So let's do some distance tests now. This ridiculous rig that I have set up here, this has a monitor on it. The receiver on it has a GoPro on it, just so, well, you'll see in a second. And basically, my intent is if this is rated at 400 feet, I pretty much only ever use it in this room. This is like a 12 foot by 12 foot room. I'm not going 400 feet away. So here's what I did is I went outside into the desert in the heat. It was like 100 degrees outside, and I set up a camera with the transmitter. I took this rig with the receiver and I just walked 400 feet away. Just beyond that white gate is about 400 feet away, which is the maximum distance. The problem is that is a very far, long distance away. Hello. So I'm gonna take this with the receiver. We're gonna go up there, which is 400 feet. It's a direct line of sight, and we'll see when the signal, if the signal cuts out. It's also super windy, so here we go. Okay, we're about 350 feet. I still have a perfect signal. That guy's driving really fast. And keep going. Coming up on 400 feet. I hit 400 feet and the signal was still strong. So strong actually that I forgot the Rode Wireless Go I was using was not gonna keep reaching. So my audio cut out, but you can kind of hear from the GoPro audio what was happening. I am over 600 feet now and it has not died or cut out. and I'm running out of public space to use. So, and basically I didn't just get 400 feet, I got over 600 feet without so much as a stutter in the video. That was as far as I could go without going onto some private property that I wasn't able to just take this insane looking thing onto. I did another test where I tried to put things in between me and this. I'm not in prison this time, but I'm gonna go around here because there's walls and gates and trees and a brick wall. So I'm gonna go around the corner, see how far I can go. Oh. Okay. Right now I'm 45 feet. My audio is gonna cut out again. Everything's still real time, no latency. We'll have to wait and see if that latency becomes a problem. And that I made it to about 580 feet before the signal cut out. So in both cases, even with obstructions, it went way beyond the 400-foot mark. All right, Hollyland. I could go across Hollyland with the Hollyland. That says no trespassing. I better go just a little further. Yeah, so now I'm just, oh, there it cut out. 0.11 miles. I made it 580 feet around a fence, around a brick wall, behind a bunch of plants and stuff before it cut out. So let's do one more test here. If I go from this room to our back wall in the backyard, that's just about 100 feet. Obviously it should still reach, but there's going to be walls and interference and all kinds of stuff. So let's see how that works out. For the outside test, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set up this camera with the transmitter. Remember this guy? We'll use him again. If you saw, I just put on a battery and unplugged the power adapter without it losing signal. That's cool too. So here we go. I'm gonna take this, go outside and see how this handles obstructions. Everything's still looking clear. I'm now outside. There are 1, 2, 3 walls, glass and metal. We're going outside. Let's see here. Going about as far away as I can get. Still good. What if I go under the metal gazebo? No problems whatsoever still. All right. Can't get it to lose signal. Uh-oh, the cops are after me. So there we go. No matter what I did, I could not get this to lose signal. Now that this has been outside and running for an hour and 10 minutes, this unit is 42 degrees Celsius, 102 degrees Fahrenheit. So they do get warm. They're not gonna burn you or anything, but they get noticeably warm. So there are a few options out there when it comes to wireless video. This is the only one that I've used, but it's exceeded my expectations. I literally can't make it lose a signal under 400 feet. The only time it's lost a signal for me was at 580 feet outdoors when I had as many obstructions as I could find in between me and this. Now, if you put yourself in a Faraday cage or something, then yeah, you're probably gonna have issues. But in general use, it's really reliable, and that's been my experience. Other than for this video trying to make it lose signal, I've never had it lose a signal while I've been using it for any streams or anything like that. The price can seem a little bit steep. The retail price is about $650. And while the price is high, if you're somebody that has a specific place for wireless video in your workflow, like for me, using it for classes, using it for consultations, using it for live streams, it's been an absolute game changer, and I love it. And I'm just really impressed with it. I didn't expect to be this impressed with this, honestly, and it's blown me away. So I'm speechless. I'm just stuttering all over the place. You know what doesn't stutter? The super high quality playback in these amazing videos about live streaming and stuff right here that you might want to check out after watching this video. Smooth.